I'm Cass. Welcome back to my channel. Now, in today's video, I'll be sharing a flip through of my 2019 bullet journal. And this would have been the second year of me bullet journaling, and this is also part 2 of a 3-part series of me doing flip throughs of my old bullet journals. Now, by this point, I feel like I definitely found a style and I found what spreads were working for me. This was also a year where my friends and I did bullet journal swaps where they would set up my bullet journal spreads and then I would set up spreads for them, which is super fun. So if you have any friends that bullet journal, try doing that. It is so fun, and then you get to have their art in your journal and then vice versa as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the flip through. Hello and welcome to video 2 out of 3 of flipping through my old bullet journals. Now, this year I used only 2 journals, starting obviously after the end of October 2018. I'm not one that's super strict about starting new journals in January. I just fill them up until they're full and then I move on to the next one. So that's why this one says October 2018. I'm gonna go ahead and put aside this one and go ahead and crack open this bullet journal, which is kind of falling apart, but it's fine. It's totally fine. We're just gonna skip through here. If you're curious about what my first ever bullet journal for 2018 looks like, you can actually check out the video. I have it linked below, but I'm just going to gently open to my, I guess, New Year title page. I think Amanda Rach Lee did a quote like this. If not this exact quote, I would not be surprised. And this was my wish list: upgrade computer and 100 set of Crayola Super Tips. I was ambitious, what can I say? So back in 2019, I had a group of 3 friends and we all did our bullet journals together. And this one was a bullet journal swap. So I created her bullet journal spreads, my friend Maddie, and then Maddie created my bullet journal spreads. And we both ended up picking Mario Kart as a theme, which I thought was kind of funny. So I'll just kind of quickly flip through this since it's not technically my art, but it was really fun to set up each other's journal. And obviously I used everything. This was back when I used weeklies. So that is what January ended up looking like. And then February was Disney themed, and this is obviously back when Moana was popular. I loved Moana. I watched it so many times where I got sick of it, as I do with a lot of my interests. So I decided to do that for the cover page. This one was a very ambitious, time-consuming spread to make based off of Wreck-It Ralph, I believe. It was like the Sugar Crush racing. This was Big Hero 6. And then this was Tangled. This is probably still one of my favorite habit trackers I've ever created. I'm so impressed on my blending with the markers. And then to create these stars, I basically drew with the white liner and then smeared it with my finger in order to kind of create a blurry glowing effect. I don't know, I'm still really proud of this habit tracker. I guess I used to be much more creative than I am today. Then I have homework, and I misspelled assignments and I put assiment. This was obviously just like the ears, nothing like specific movie related. Then we had The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. We had Aladdin, Mulan, and I think this was the first time I ever watched Mulan, because I don't know why it took me so long to watch that movie, because it is now one of my favorite classic Disney movies. Then we have Brave and we have Zootopia. This is a very sentimental month when it comes to bullet journaling, because this was the first ever bullet journal video I recorded, and this was March 2019, and I themed it around Minecraft. So I have the classic Minecraft block, little turtles. I used to be more creative when it came to doing habit and mood trackers. Now I just do a line graph for my mood and regular boxes for my habits. And I might try more creative ones again, but I like the setup I use even if it is more boring. And same with my finances. I used to try to be creative for every single element, and I got burnt out. It was a lot to do, but it still is really fun to look back on. And then these are YouTubers that did Minecraft. They played on the Hermitcraft server, and I was super into watching all of them. So we had Mumbo Jumbo, Exumavoid, Green, and then the people that would do recap videos about them. And they had a whole storyline going, and this was the Civil War that was going on. So I created a page for that. And that's another cool thing about my bullet journal is because I theme it around things I'm into at the time, it's like a time capsule of I was really into watching Hermitcraft YouTubers and Minecraft YouTubers back in 2019, and now I'm doing more book-related journals, and it's cool to see. April was themed after Set It Off. Now, I saw Set It Off recently. They're still my favorite band. So it's cool that, since 2019, I've still been listening to them. These are themed after their album covers, and I included a lot of lyrics and such on my weekdays. Now, these weeklies were a pain to make. I remember, I don't know why I thought I had to color the background of every single page. I don't know. 2019 me was definitely built different. I really hate the color choices. See, I've always been bad at color theory, but that's something I hope to improve on soon. I like this one because it's just gray and blue. And then this setup for May is also quite special because this was the first video of mine to ever hit 1,000 views. And it is for May, and it was My Hero Academia, but I put May Hero Academia because I am just so clever. I remember being so proud of this cover page, and looking back, it's a bit rough. What is Bakugo's face? I don't know what that I don't know what these faces are. And I really thought I was the next up-and-coming artist. I really did. I recently did my February bullet journal, and I modeled my calendar after this just for sentiment's sakes. See, these look better, and I know I grid drew these. Okay, this one not so much. That one's a little janky. Bakugo right here looks a bit better than the cover page. But once again, remember the creative mood and habit trackers, and I don't know, I like this. Using his gauntlets. I used to be so much more creative, I guess. I got boring. And for weeklies, I did like a chibi version of all of their, not all of the characters because there's a lot, but a few of my favorite characters. And then this was the second bullet journal swap I did, and the reason why my bullet journal is falling apart. My friend Lexi, she uses watercolor and didn't really agree with my journal that was already beat up and falling apart, but June was the month where I made her journal and then she made mine. And yeah, it's also really cool to have my friend's art in my journal. I think that's really special. Some of the weekdays. And that is it for this journal, and I gotta kind of gently close it because it is falling apart. This is the only journal of mine that has fallen apart. All my other ones have stayed in pretty decent condition, surprisingly. That one just really went through it. And a lot of the reason why my current journals aren't falling apart is because I don't take them around in my backpack every day to school because I'm no longer in school. So they don't take as much as a beating as they used to. July was also very special because I was really into watching animators on YouTube, and I still probably watch, basically every single one of these. And I reached out to actually every single one of these to ask to contribute lines for my voiceover, and Tabs actually responded and sent me voice lines to include in my video, which was so cool. And I refused to watch this video though because my voice acting skill is cringy as hell. But it was really cool because she has like 2 million followers on YouTube. And at the time, I think on my old channel, I had 200 or something, quite minute. And that was a really cool achievement for me. I just thought I'd include that fun fact. Again, a more creative habit tracker, and I'm not perfect because I never finished filling it in, but it was a fun time for sure. And this was a really fun spread because my cute little like growth trackers and video schedules when I used to post on a channel with 3 of my friends, and then some of my weeklies. The iconic Suabue video. Love it. Oh god. Okay, this next one I really don't want to show, but we're gonna. So I was on an app called Amino, and back in 2017, 2018, I was fairly popular on it, and I was trying to get back into it, and it was kind of like a subscriber grab. So it was like, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll include like your Minecraft face in my video. Yeah, it's really cringy and I really hate it, and we're just gonna, yeah, ew, gross. And then I never created weeklies or anything. So we're just gonna skip to September, which is an Amanda Rachley remake. I love this theme so much. It was so fun to do. A little bit messy, I'll be honest, but it's fine. It was fun to turn off my brain and just recreate a spread. And Amanda Rachley was the one who got me into bullet journaling, so it's always cool when I have little homages to her and her art and such. Not as pretty as hers, clearly. And I didn't have washi tape, so that's just lines I drew, just hatch marks. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. The next theme is for October, and it was Descendants. Now this is like a 0.5, I think, pen. That was like a glitter pen, and you can kind of see all the little tiny lines of me like slowly scribbling in because I wanted it sparkly, which is cool, but a little extra, a little bit too much. And then this reads, "A fairy tale life can be oh so overrated," which is from a Descendants song. And I am a sucker for the Descendants movies, I'm not gonna lie. I still love them. Those songs are an absolute bop. This is a really fun calendar page. I kind of want to do a pirate theme now. Like the buckles as headers. That's cute. Look at me getting inspired from old me. I'm telling you, old me used to be so much more creative. My habit tracker and my mood tracker that I never filled out. I think this is my first use of washi tape. Quite exciting. Not really that exciting. Lots of shiny elements. That's questionable at best. And then November. Now I hated this cover page. However, this calendar page is probably still one of my favorite calendars I've ever created. It's just so fun, and I love Honeyduke's aesthetic, and there's so many elements, and it's so precious. And this was when I went to Universal Studios, which is why I themed it around Harry Potter. We have Hagrid's hut, little potion bottles. I really want to do another Harry Potter theme. This is probably one of my favorite pages as well I've created, just because look at all the detail. I think I don't know if I copied it word for word or letter for letter, but I think I started to and then kind of went off the rails, possibly. I'm not sure. I think this is pretty impressive considering that's marker. And then this is also just marker, kind of like quickly done little splotches. Quite proud of this page still. I feel like everyone who does a Harry Potter theme at least has to make the Marauders map cover page at least once. I think it's a requirement. And then some of my weeklies. I like this one. That's kind of cool. I didn't use it clearly, but that's a cool sort of setup with the circle and then the chains kind of dividing the days. And then we have reached December, which was themed after The Legend of Zelda. I don't know if it was just themed after the Marauders mask or it was just all Zelda games. But this is the Marauders mask, which I'm obsessed with the design of this. It's so fun to draw as well. Maybe it was just Marauders mask because this is Marauders. Martyrs. Marauders map? What have I been saying? I don't know. This is the clock tower, and these are a bunch of the different masks. And I remember I started coloring them in and I forgot it was a mood tracker. So instead I had the outline color as the mood color because I forgot that it was supposed to be a mood tracker. That moon is so creepy, but it's pretty accurate to what it looks like in the game. Finances, obviously using rupees. Back when I had to have a homework tracker, the good old days. See, this side doesn't look terrible, but then you look at Link's face and yikes. Oh, I like the setup of this. Makes me look really productive. And that is it for my 2019 bullet journals. This was super fun to flip through and walk down memory lane because I haven't looked through these in a while. And I gathered some inspiration, so look out for a pirate theme in the future because I liked a lot of the elements that I had on that calendar page. See you in the outro. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the very end. It literally means the world that you stuck around this long. And if you did make it this far, let me know what theme that you've created has been your favorite. Or if you don't bullet journal, let me know which theme of mine was your favorite from this journal. That's all I have for now. If y'all like the video, give it a like. And if you want to see more bookish and journaling content, maybe consider subscribing. But that's all I have, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Toodles!